Well, it was nice to be on the other side of a bullpen collapse this time. Man, this was going to maybe be a little bit of a different podcast if you asked me after the top of the seventh inning what I was thinking. But the Yankees have their best inning in the last 10 years since July of 2015. They scored 10 runs in the bottom of the seventh inning, including 5 RBIs and a grand slam from Austin Wells as the Yankees bounce back after a brutal loss on Monday, and they win 12-3 on Tuesday night in the Bronx. And yeah, I mean, the story of this game is really twofold. I think you look at a solid start from Clark Schmidt, which was good to see. 6 innings, 7 hits, kind of scattered them a little bit. 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Again, not anything you would necessarily want to write home about, but I would say a definite improvement from what we saw of him a couple starts ago against Cleveland, and then even the starts before that against Kansas City. So it's now back-to-back pretty solid starts for Clark Schmidt. He had that 5 innings, 1 run, which was a home run to Toronto on April 27th. Pushed back his latest start from over the weekend here till Tuesday and was fairly solid as well. So he is giving them what they needed so far. Some shaky moments between Tim Hill and Fernando Cruz in this game as well, which is a little concerning, but Cruz was able to get out of a bases-loaded situation. And ultimately, I mean, it's really all about what happened there in the bottom of the 7th inning. So, and a lot of it came off of a lot of it came off of former friend Wandy Peralta. But, the inning, let's walk through that inning a little bit, because that is the story of this game. And it'll maybe get lost in the shuffle because obviously you score 10 runs and you don't always think about the guy that starts the rally. You think about how the rally commences, who's driving in the runs and whatnot. Jason Dominguez getting a double, a hustle double, what I would say the majority of players in Major League Baseball would probably just have a single from. He had a hustle double, right-hander off the left-hander, which was really key. They brought in Morjon to come in to relieve Michael King, also former Yankee friend, and Dominguez responded with a double to center field. Volpe singles in to get first and third. Austin Wells gets his first RBI of the inning with a single to right field, first and second. It was a tough, as good as that inning was, I laughed because it was kind of a tough inning for Oswaldo Cabrera. He had the unfortunate designation of being the guy that commits 2 outs in the inning. He had a poor bunt attempt that looked like it was going to be, at this point the game is tied. The Yankees are trying to put themselves in a position to move the runners over to try to get somebody in. Poor bunt, kind of pushes at it, pops it straight up, and that's the first out of the inning. Goldschmidt comes in to pinch hit. Austin Wells and Anthony Volpe commit a double steal as Goldschmidt goes to a 3-0 count, and then they just intentionally walk him from there. Wandy Peralta comes in with back-to-back lefties to start the inning because now the Yankees had the top of their lineup. It's Grisham and Rice, and Grisham walks on 4 pitches. The Yankees take the lead. Ben Rice turns on a double, again another lefty-on-lefty situation where Ben Rice has shown some good pop. 2 runs score. They intentionally walk Judge. Bellinger singles to bring home a run. Volpe later singles to bring home a run. And then Austin Wells hits a grand slam and really just gets the entire inning off the rails at that point. Then Oswaldo Cabrera makes the final out of the inning. But the 10-run inning, like I said, is the most since the July of 2015 when they scored 11 runs against the Texas Rangers. But clearly that was the game. You go from being down 1 to winning by 9 in the late stage. And that was the first game all season the San Diego Padres had lost with a lead in the 7th inning or later. So this bullpen has been really, really strong. I mean, the Padres have been really, really strong in general this season. The NL West is just Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, to say it's the best division in baseball is not even doing it justice. It's by far the best division in baseball, despite the existence of the Colorado Rockies. We're just not going to talk about them. But for everybody else, they've been really, really good. And also, I give a shout out from earlier in the game. The Yankees got on the board with a Judge solo shot, who's back atop the league leaderboard as well. Don't want to forget about Aaron Judge and his home run earlier, but this was a good bounce back effort. The Yankees really, really, for a lot of reasons, needed to end this losing streak. Giving up that run in the top of the seventh to fall behind 3-2, it definitely kind of started to have that feeling of, like crap, they're gonna lose this too? Like it just wasn't feeling good. So they have that inning and make it a laugher real quickly, and maybe even as importantly as that, you look at who they're bringing to the mound tomorrow, and that's Max Fried. Yankees are 7-0 in Max Fried starts this year. Max Fried is 6-0 himself with a 1.01 ERA. And he'll be going up against a pitcher that was heavily linked to the Yankees all offseason. They did not pull the trigger on a trade for him, and that's Dylan Cease, who has had some struggles so far this season. His ERA is north of 5.5, and he's only gone more than 5 innings in 2 starts so far this season. Obviously, he's been better lately, but still not his dominant self. His ERA is really inflated due to the 9 runs he gave up in 4 innings in Sacramento almost a month ago to the day, April 8th, against the Athletics. But he goes 5 2/3, allows 2 runs against the Cubs, 5 2 against Houston, 4 1/3 and 2 against Tampa, and most recently in Pittsburgh, 4 2. So that's not horrible, but that's not the numbers you would expect from somebody the caliber of Dylan Cease. So will the Yankees continue to remain undefeated in games in which Max Fried starts? We will find out. They definitely, winning this series is obviously big for a number of reasons, but you're winning a series against a really good team if you're able to do that. The American League is nothing special right now, and the American League East in general has been pretty mid, and it's rare that you can say that. I mean, again, we're not even 40 games into the season yet, so I want to be, again, not even 25% of the way through the year, so you want to be careful. But right now, the American League East is nothing special. Boston is fledgling right now. Toronto's under 500. Tampa's under 500. Baltimore's well under 500. Hell, Baltimore's under 400 right now. So the Yankees are kind of putting themselves in a position here to win this division despite working through some early hiccups and some early struggles. Again, we're not a quarter of the way through the season yet. I think technically? I think we're like 23% of the way through the season, so maybe it's a little early for us to even be talking about this. But I don't feel. I'm of the mind, because mathematically it makes sense. Every game counts the same. Games in September count the same as the games in April. The game on May 6th that they win against the Padres would count the same as the game that they would have played 3 months from now. So you're always looking to just accumulate wins and put them in the bank. And the Yankees were able to pull out a victory here, and they were able to do it in exciting fashion. So we'll take a little bit more of a deep dive into some of the other numbers, as we come up on the off day. If he makes another really good start, I think I would love to do the Friday podcast this week with the Thursday off day. I would love to do the Friday podcast taking a deeper dive into Max Fried, a little bit like we did for Aaron Judge last week, and kind of really look at what he is doing well, which pitches are working well for him, and the amount of success that he's having. But we will see what they end up doing against the Padres on Wednesday to close out the series before they have an off day, and then they head out to Sacramento. Some late games. It's a 10 o'clock start on Friday, and then it's a little bit earlier for their 2 weekend games. But they're going to head on the road for a little bit. They're going to be on the West Coast, and what better way to take that long trip across country than by winning a series against one of the best teams in baseball. Max Fried will be on the mound to give him a chance to do just that on Wednesday.